have found property up north by Thunder Bay. Mid-November is our closing date.
Yep.
Rod gets to drive the bus.
I get to drive the bus.
And the cats. And I will be driving my car with the dog.
So it's real.
It's real. 14 acres of property. And are we living in the bus? Are we living in the bus?
Absolutely not.
What?
I love the bus. No, we're not.
No. Our new property actually has an existing tiny home that is solar, and we are excited about that. And it has a nice big wood stove in it because we will be nice and cozy warm in our 250 square foot tiny home with a nice big wood stove.
50 more square foot.
This week's been a little busy, but just packing and stuff. We got the shipping container the other day, so we are not wanting to do 2 trips up north. It's quite a drive. So because we have the bus and we have 2 cars, because we were still working, we would have had to do 2 trips because we didn't want to tow one of the cars. And we still had stuff in storage. We decided that we were going to get a shipping container, fill it up. One of the cars is going to go in there, and then the rest of our stuff, and we are having it shipped up. It's bittersweet. We're excited to be leaving, excited to go to our new home, but also sad that we're going to be so far away and we're going to miss a lot of people. So you guys all know who you are, and today's Rod's last day of work, so it's been definitely an eye-opening experience of just some more emotions, just like when we left the house. So yeah, just processing everything, and we're excited. We're overwhelmed, but we're excited, and of course a little bit of anxiety going to the unknown, right? But yeah, we really feel that this is where our direction was going and where God wants us to be.
Welcome home.
And here we go. Here we are. There is Liz and Charlie. Oh, and Charlie's gonna go for his walk already. We're here.
Welcome home.
Hey, we're home. This is our home. Well, this is nice. Yeah, this is all closed in.
We're looking for the dog, which is just up here.
Beautiful view.
On our way to get water for the very first time. Just gonna warn you guys, I've kind of scoped this out already. So this is here. Turn left here. It's a bit sketchy. This well is actually 100 years old. Doesn't look too fabulous, but the water is tested and it's good. Community uses it. Okay, so this goes This hose just goes on the top inside and out this hole. So this is the other side. The hose goes over to the tank with a sump pump. The sump pump's going to go inside, and then we hook this up to the sump pump up to the generator. And that's done for another couple weeks. Getting our first winter storm. Each gale. The northern gales have arrived. And there we have it, folks. We have water and a waterfall. Nothing prettier right at this moment. Rod and I were gonna go get water today because the submersible pump for a well isn't in yet. And this is what happened. The tongue comes right out. So we can't use this trailer anymore. The good news is Rod got a hold of the drilling company and our pump is in, and they are coming tomorrow to get that put in. So they will be putting a hose connector on so that we will be able to hook our hose and fill our water.
Water? That's coming.
I'll snug it up a bit.
Okay, thanks.
First water from our own well on our property. Nothing yet. Here it comes. I can hear it. I can hear it coming. You can hear it in the hose. Here it comes. Our very first. Whoa! Whoa! It's coming. There it is. From our own well. Water.
That's awesome. They hear
Coming.
They hear your voice, but I don't have any.
Round two. Here she goes, here she goes. Look at that. There we go.
Now if we build this up, that'll be better.
Yeah.
Look how far I got from there. You just kind of have to drill ridges on the sides.
Yeah, and the more you got to keep packing that down.
Yeah.
And I got to get a lot more snow from this whole area and bring it over. It's the only way we're going to pack it up is to get more volume.
Build up the sides. I think I'm throwing in the snow luge towel. This just isn't happening. I tried. It's not happening.
It's a balmy -9 and it's time to sweep the chimney. Okay, just so I could show you that there is at the bottom. And that's all creosote and wet and soot. So I can just imagine what's inside the chimney. You can see it's pretty clogged up. I'll still have to do it a couple more times.
When I went in this morning to turn up the heat, I realized there isn't even glass in the door. There literally is a piece of barrier, some chicken wire, and a barrier on the other side. That's it. So I am going to cut a piece of this styrofoam insulation, fit it into the door, barrier back up, and that should also make a big difference. So we get to show you guys how we get water. Today's the first time we're going to be filling it up since the pump guys were here. Just unscrew that and hook the hose up. As you can see, we also have it hooked to an extension cord. And that cord goes right into the pump. Plug the cord into our generator. It'll take a second. There she is. A lot easier than driving down to the dock. Oh, Rod and I have a wager going on. We're timing how long it's going to take this time to actually fill the whole entire container. And we haven't decided. Oh, I know. So whoever wins doesn't have to make supper. Whoever loses has to make supper. How's that supper?
Bueno. It's not Mexican. Very good.
Yeah. Does it taste better because you want it?
A little bit.
There is a convoy of 50,000 plus truckers who are going across Canada. The snow just doesn't stop.
She's 6'3", and look at how far she is in the snow. Wow.
Yeah, I've grown since I got up.
It's crazy here. We've got at least another foot or more dumped. I tried to walk to the chicken coop and it was up to my belly button. Which isn't saying that that's very much, but it's at least 4 feet.
You can see the load of snow on top. We have to get that off or it can collapse the roof of our chicken coop. So Rod's just digging around the outside. He's gonna go inside and hit the top and hopefully it all falls down. But that shed part, we need to get that cleaned off as well.
Here she comes, slogging through the snow.
The trusty.
Garrett shovel, so dependable. There, have a seat.
Take the snow, Charlie? Get in there. Get there.
So we got a lot of snow. You know, we're getting another 10-15 centimeters dump today, so I'm not going to get too crazy. As we said before, it either gets wicked cold here, minus 35, minus 40, and sunshine during the day, or it gets warmer, which I'm not sure what it is today, but last night it was minus 7. That's pretty warm here. We can get snow at minus 14. And so yeah, that's what we're doing now. We're getting a lot of snow because the temperatures aren't as cold as normal.
It's that time, everybody. It's time to start some seeds. And then I'm just putting them in the boxes and putting them up on the netting. And as you can see, they get lots of sunshine from these windows. We have been offered 6 free chickens. So we are trying to clean out around here and make a trail over to there so that we can clean out our coop and get ready for some chickens. They're already laying, so we are gonna be doing some shoveling today. So we had to dig this out. Look at how deep that snow is. I don't know if you can even get the right perspective of how deep that is. All the way around. So today we get to clean out the chicken coop. We got our first eggs already. Can you believe it? Roddy found eggs. We don't even have chickens.
Hard boiled.
First eggs. Who wants to try them? All done?
Yep.
You can take your mask off. It's officially no mask day today. So we're just laying down some wood shavings. First, we're doing the deep litter method. We're just gonna put some wood shavings there in the laying area. At least 3 layers so it absorbs the moisture. And then if you give your chickens a little treat with like hen scratch or whatever, it gets them scratching so that they kind of dig it all up and compost it themselves. We lay the wood shavings down first. Then you put down straw for bedding, and then here, I can take that. Then you put down hay because they actually eat the hay, and it encourages them to scratch and compost their own litter. I'm just outside waiting for the delivery of our chickens, our first 6 chickens. These are 1-year-olds. As far as I know, they're all brown layers. So, and then my friend who is at a local farm is also going to give us a rooster, and that will help with the laying as well. So, it's super exciting. Our babies have arrived. 3 black ones and 3 white kind of speckledy ones. Picked up the rooster today. There's Roo right there. He's fitting in quite well. He's perfect. He's a perfect mix between the 3 white hens and the 3 black hens. Not even one sprout. I did have a couple of broccoli, but I think it got too dry up here. There's just not enough light. I even tried aluminum foil to try and get the reflection. It's just not enough light. To get at the wood, I have to go underneath there, and then I have to lift up this side, throw it over there, and try not to lock myself in. It's definitely not for anybody who's claustrophobic. Let me just say that. And I'm not, and I still don't like it. So we're back doing round 2 of this seed starting. So it didn't work out with the canopy above the kitchen, and it's just I'm gonna try a few different things now. This is just gonna be a trial and error type season, and hopefully something miraculous happens. This is a little late for me to be starting seeds up here, but better now than never, and better now to try and get some stuff figured out before next season. The most popular that I've seen is using these milk jugs. Make holes in the bottom so it drains. So you can use any kind of clear container. You could use pop bottles, the big 2-liter pop bottles. These are the most popular though. So you're gonna leave a little bit so that you can open it like so. You want to make sure that the bottom, this earth is quite wet. You're going to choose the seeds that you want. We're going to try cauliflower. Sow those in there. Kind of pat them down. And then you cover them. Now in my research of winter sowing, you can also look up doing them in Ziploc bags. I didn't have Ziploc bags on me. I might still try doing the Ziploc bag thing. then you just spray the top just to make sure it's in there. Label your container. And then you tape it back up and you make sure that you keep the lid off. You can use clear tape. I'm just using duct tape. And then you set it outside. So I have a few more here. As long as the container is clear and you leave the lid off, that way the snow and any kind of moisture gets in there. And then you just leave them out where they're not going to get into any, you can leave them on your deck or wherever and have them exposed. And it's been quite successful for many people. So we'll see how it goes this year for us. So this is what we woke up to this morning. Winter wonderland. Wow. And it's still snowing. You can't tell because everything's so white. Oh, unbelievable. There was no snow on top of this yesterday. This is April 14th. In northwestern Ontario. I'm looking forward to nicer weather and definitely less snow. We still have quite a bit of snow on the ground and we're just really anticipating some warmer weather. With the warmer weather, it's bringing out a lot more creatures, that's for sure. Now we're starting to see squirrels and chipmunks and a lot more birds. And the birds are hungry. There's not a lot of earth showing and the earth is still frozen. So we ended up having to buy a halter for Charlie. Oh, it's so mucky here. Because he's been doing a lot of coughing and it's like a very, very kind of like a honk cough, and he's been doing some other stuff, but we did some research and our deduction before taking him to a vet, which is the plan, is that we are almost 90% positive he has a collapsed trachea, which can be caused by a lot of different things, but living in a small space is something that actually can bring it on even worse. So, and also obviously wearing a collar because it pulls right on the trachea. But he loves to walk so much, there's no way. And because of all of that, we haven't been walking him, as well as because of the weather and the amount of snow and not being able to really go too far. So he's gaining a lot of weight, and that is also not good. So this is our attempts to try and make things a little bit better and easier for him and still be able to take him for walks. But it's gotten quite a bit colder out today, and my feeders are empty, both of them that I had here, and pretty much everything that was on the ground is also all gone. So I'm just filling these back up so that our birds will have something to eat. While I'm out here, I might as well put the birds in, our other birds. Been getting lots of compliments on our eggs that we've sold. He's already got them in for the night. Hi guys. Yeah, it's exciting. Things are finally starting to feel like spring here, and we have 5 full days in the forecast of sun, which is going to be amazing, and it's gonna hopefully melt the majority of the snow and just start feeling like a new season. It's been a long winter, especially being our first winter up here, so it's really looking forward to it. I'm not exactly certain what's going on, but Rue's been clucking since earlier than 5:30, and I can hear the grouse drumming, so I don't know if that's setting him off or what it is exactly. Hey! Don't shoot! Now he's coming after me. So as I said, I don't know what his main issue is, but look at how he's trying to dance around these hens. And I did turn around, and he started to come at me, and I turned around and gave it right back to him. So it was an early morning just because he's been crowing pretty early, and it was a late night because we had some coyotes calling like really close. Like it actually sounded like they were in this bush right here, right beside the house. I guess I'm more threatening than a coyote. But yeah, I don't know if it's the grouse drumming. You hear it all day long, and early in the morning I've been hearing it. Even while I was hearing him crowing, I heard the grouse drumming. So, time to get at my day. It's not even 6 a.m. yet. And look at how light it is out here. Yeah. And then the sun's setting at 9:30. Long days make for a tired girl. I hear the coyotes yipping again. It's 6:30 in the morning, and it's like you can see, totally light out. They don't seem to care. Same direction that we heard them last night. We let the chickens out, so hopefully not too close. All right, we just picked up our 18-week laying hens. 4 in each box. We got 4 in here already. Put the next 4 in. There we go, girls. Drew, what's wrong, buddy? It's okay. We're bringing you more women. They've had a tough go, these girls, on a truck all day, but actually not looking too bad. So it was suggested to us by a couple people to get these ceramic nest eggs. They're realistically looking, and they encourage production as well as them not to fight. So you put one in each of the laying areas just to encourage them to go into different laying areas. So we'll put one in the new little area for our new guys here, our new girls. They just have like a kitty litter type thing, and I've unattached the locks so that we can just pick it up and find eggs. But I'll put one in there because these are ready to lay chickens. Rod is just gone to get a marker because we need to mark these eggs. It's crazy. They look and feel exactly like an egg, like a normal egg. But anyways, we'll put these in the laying boxes and hopefully that will help because we're going to be adding 12 more girls. So we will have 18 layers plus the rooster. So we don't need any more fighting. So just to put more people at ease about Charlie and I walking, I am bringing my trusty ammunition since I don't have a license for anything else. There's been so many changes. Let me think. Because of the snow melting, we are getting bird-sized mosquitoes. That started pretty much last weekend. So the mosquitoes are out. I wouldn't say in full force because I suspect they get much worse, but I was not expecting them. Sorry, oh, there's a lynx. I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's a lynx. That's as close as I can get. Time to turn around. I'll just keep an eye. Sorry guys, I don't mean to be distracted, but as you all say, there's wilderness. There's wild animals here, and there is a lynx just kind of watching us right now. It's not coming, so we are heading back because we don't want to go there. I saw my first moose, and you guys just saw that I saw my first lynx. Just trying to keep an eye. It's still kind of sitting there, but it's staying there. So we've started fermenting the chicken feed, and so this one here has been, this is day 3 I think on this one, and you're supposed to do it for at least 2 to 3 days for max. So I have this one. This will be what I feed to them the next 2 days, and then this one I haven't started yet. This is just fresh grain, and I have a little bit of fluid in there, starter from one of the previous buckets, and I just have to add some water so that it covers, and then you stir it a couple times a day. And the starter just helps because it's already fermented. I keep it covered and I just leave it out here outside for 2 to 3 days and then switch it up. So this one I'll use tomorrow and the next day, because I double the batch, I don't have as many layers, and then I'll use this for 2 days, and then this one should be ready to use. So usually when you pick up chicks, you have a heat light and all these lovely things, but because we're off grid, we are trying some other ways of keeping these babies warm. So they're right beside the wood stove, and we actually have 2 hot water bottles in there with them. The one hot water bottle is right underneath them, and the other one is right beside them. So we have them in a box, and I will lift that up. They'll probably start peeping. Just have Charlie here. Rod's gone out to put the chickens in, so just open this up, and we'll put a towel underneath that, or on top of them and underneath them, just so it kind of feels like a mother hen. So as you can see, these are our babies, and they're all huddled together. I don't want to disturb them too much, just because they are settling in and finally quiet after they've had some food and some water. So hopefully they settle for the night, because Charlie is just going a bit crazy here with them. The cats have actually been pretty good with them. They're curious, but they seem to be, that's about it, just curious with them. But whereas Charlie's more than curious, he actually wants to get in there and catch them. They made it through the night. Can't say we did. The dog has been horrible. Had to have him chained to me. They all made it through the night. And it's very warm in here. We're not used to that. Right now it's 33 degrees in here, so we're on fire. We're exhausted. Good morning. Super tired this morning. And it's so hot inside that we've come outside to have our coffee. Oh, it was such a tough night. This guy, he just really wants to get to those chicks. The cats seem to be good though. Whose idea was this again? Rod's been out here twice to lay this cardboard down for our no-dig garden, and we laid it down because we were expecting rain, and then it didn't rain. So we had a bit of a wind, and it blew the cardboard all over the place, and especially because it didn't rain, it blew it even more. So then Rod came back out and laid it down again, and it did rain, but then we still didn't put the compost on it to lay it right down. And so here we are. I am going to fix it up again. So we got this far today. It's been a few hours, so we laid down more overlapping cardboard and made sure all the tape was off of it. We laid down some wood chips, kind of sawdust I get from work, and then the compost pile from us removing the manure and litter from the coop. End of day 3 with these critters, and they're growing already. I can't believe how fast they're growing, and they're doing really, really well. We haven't lost one, and still no heat lamp. That we are going to incorporate our brown layers in with our other 6
All of them.
layers and rooster. when you're incorporating, you should try and make sure that the new hens have a place to kind of like get away and hide from the other ones in case there's bullying. So we have this like little coop that we got here. It's kind of like a bigger, I'll show you in daylight better, but it's kind of like a big dog crate without the bottom on it. And we have another one to use for our meat chickens. So, all right, it's the first morning after we put them in. Let's see how this goes. Time to release them.
Come on, everybody.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, everyone. What is going on in here? Yeah, you're a brave soul. First one out. Come on. First time you've seen outside. You can talk. I can always get it
I want to check the perimeter.
in.
Make sure the fence is okay.
Rod's gonna go check the perimeter. Make sure that the netting is good. Oh, they're already following him. He's saying, yep, this is good. Come on out. What do you think, Rue? Are we gonna see eye to eye? Are we gonna be friends now? I brought you more women. Well, today is May 23rd. Good morning. Look at that frost. It's very much different up here, that's for sure. We'd be putting a garden in this weekend. All right, so a little update on these chickies. Our tote is too small, and as they have grown, they were a week old on Tuesday. They have gotten wings and tail feathers are growing, and this tote is just way too small for them. And unfortunately, because of that, we lost one last night. So we are going to move them. I tried something yesterday and it just wasn't going to work out. So I'll show you guys what we're doing now. So we've switched them out from this one over to this one. It's possibly double the size. So lots of room now. And we'll get another cover for the top. This is just temporary until Rod gets home, so that they'll have light. But I have to keep it covered so they don't fly up, and as you can see, someone's very interested. Okay, the new cover's on. They look happy. They keep shooting their wood chips into the water, and that's soaking up the water, so we're replacing the water a lot, but still right beside the wood stove. But yeah, it's going to be cramped in here. But we'll hopefully be able to keep the rest of these guys alive, and they seem happier, and they're able to get at the food better, and they're not shooting it out as much, so not making quite as much of a mess. But another weekend, and we're sad that we lost one of our chicks, but we've never done this before, and it's even more of a challenge being off grid to try and do all this stuff. So Lesson learned, and we've got them all switched up and they seem to be quite happy. So beautiful morning here at Tiny Foot Acres. Today I'm going to try and finish up this garden and get some stuff planted. So I told you I would show you some of my winter sowing. So this ended up being the cauliflower, which is super successful, and just hardening it off a teeny bit now. We only have like one little plant there and this one. These ones obviously were not as successful. We have some tomatoes coming here, and I don't see any peppers coming in here. So we have a bear. I know you guys can't see us, but it was pacing around. It was the cat that actually was either trying to get in or trying to get out. Maybe it was trying to get in. Oh, you can hear it walking. It did leave. So maybe redo the gate. I even saw the eyes, like it saw me through the window with the light. The eyes looked at me. It was just a small one. All right, didn't get into any trouble here, so let's go back to bed. Look out, kitty. Look out, kitty. Look out. So last night we had our first bear. He got locked in our garden somehow. He got in. Oh, well, good morning to you, little guy. You weren't even scared of the dog, and now you're letting me get really, really close to you. What's going on there? I guess you're really hungry. Okay, see you later. You can see our fence is bent here. I'll have to go on this angle so that you can actually see. Bent in here. And so, yeah, it was actually the cats that alerted us. So I had planned on working on the garden yesterday, but it ended up that we had a chicken get out, and they kept poking their heads through the netting because we don't have it solarized, electrified yet, and we need to get on that, but we need to actually move the whole entire netting, and we need to do that when they're in. So we'll either have to do it early in the morning or at night. And nighttime here, they don't want to go in until the sun is set, or even after that, and sunset is like 10 to 10 now. So, and when you get up at like 6 o'clock in the morning or even earlier, it's for a long day. So I'm going to try and at least get the cardboard down, the rest of the cardboard down today. Little tip, if you leave your boxes out in the rain, it's way easier to take the tape off and all the stickers and labels and all of that. So, might have been a mistake in the first place, but ended up being a bonus in the end. So Rod and I are out here bathing a chicken, 10 to 11. Never thought I'd be doing something like this, but we have a feeling she's egg bound. She was not really moving too quickly, and she's normally up on the roost with the other 6 plus the rooster, and well, with the rooster, and she was underneath the roost. So we've got an Epsom salts bath here with some nice warm water, and she seems to be content. She's actually snoring. So the one on the right is the one we bathed last night. That's our little Bubbles. And as you can see, she is doing really well. And we actually added some calcium to all of the food. And she's just going at it. So the calcium actually helps the muscles relax to release the eggs. So it will help them all. And we're just super happy that it only took one Epsom salt bath, and she's doing so much better. Okay, these babies are 2 weeks old now. We still have 14, and they're flying, trying to get out, jumping on top of the water dish, burying the water dish. Can you even tell that there's water? Burying their food. Very lively.
Hey, Friday, June 10th. Just doing some chicken catching. Welcome to Tiny Foot Acres Meat Bird Department.
So these guys are 3 weeks old today. You can see them getting their little feathers. And they're flying, they're perching, they're more curious, way more active, super stinky, and we're ready for them to go outside. It's been raining and overcast every single day, so trying to think of everything that's been going on. There's so many bugs. The worst are the mosquitoes here on our property. I've gone onto other people's properties, and they have black flies on theirs. It looks like the black flies have started a little bit here. We're in the shade, so I'm gonna actually go into the sun. So we're not the only ones who don't have their garden in yet. The weather here has just been so not typical, and the locals basically have said, you know, if the spring is late, then the fall will be late. So don't stress out, just get your garden in when you can and work with it. So today is Friday, June 17th. We still have birds in our house, unfortunately. They are now 4 weeks. They'll be 5 weeks this coming Tuesday. We're hoping to be able to get them out on Monday. The nighttime temperatures are going to double digits, so we're hoping that we can do that. The kids are out of the house. They've been evicted. Yay! Look at how happy they are. Today is Wednesday, June 22nd, officially first day of summer, and we still don't have our garden in.
Hey guys, it's Monday morning. Just had a bear walk by not too far into the bush, walking by my chicken coop area. Yeah, it was pretty close. Looks like maybe a yearling. Looks like maybe a year and a half old. Wasn't too bad of a size. Yeah, so this is just the way it is now. Bears and everything are really coming around. They're getting hungry, like the mosquitoes. And the chickens are the one that started going crazy. And Charlie inside, he was barking at that. He sensed something was going on, and I come out. And maybe 20 feet into the bush, I seen it was a big black bear figure. I couldn't really make out how big it was at first, but it seemed big at the beginning. And I was kind of surprised, but not surprised. This is where it was. So this is our chickens, and they were out here screaming and hollering, and I seen them right through there, maybe 20 feet. And then anyways, I come over here later, everything ready, and I kind of looked over here, and right in that area, I seen a big dark figure, and he was maybe a little farther up, maybe 30. But anyways, I lined up the paintball gun and I shot him right through the trees, and it went right through, and I'm pretty sure it hit him in the ear, and he went running, and I just sent a burst of paintballs all the way through here, and then he went into the bush more. Oh, I think it's there. Yeah, it's there. I think. I'm not sure if that's a bear. Yep, that's the bear. That didn't deter him too much. Where is he again? Oh yeah, he's really close. There he is right there. Sorry I'm shaky, these mosquitoes are terrible. Yeah, there he is right there. Yeah. Okay, I gotta go get my gun again.
Just planted the last row of the garden. Very exciting. We still have lots to do yet though. July 1st. Can't believe it's already July 1st. And I'm still working on my garden. Hopefully today's the last day I have to work on my garden. Anyways, a very kind neighbor came over this morning and rototilled this area. So this is the area right beside our garden. This is the no-till garden, finally finished. And this will be our potatoes. Yes, I know it's late to be putting everything in, but you know what? I'm just gonna go with what the locals say. There's still people putting in potatoes, there's still people putting in their garden, so I can officially say the garden is in. Friday, July 1st, the latest I've ever planted a garden. So we'll see how this goes. So this is what we temporarily have set up for our solar right now. When the sun comes around this way, we put these ones down, and then we put these ones up. So today is Friday, July 8th. As of Tuesday, these guys will be 8 weeks old. Well, nothing comes without challenges. Now that we're trying to upgrade our system, the equipment that we have is not supporting it, so we have to upgrade that as well, even though we bought it all at the same place and it was supposed to be all together and ready for us to just put together and set up.
New charge controller. It is a 60 amp charge controller, and we have added on 2 more batteries that I switched for the other ones, so I have 6 batteries, approximately 90 amps per battery, so I got a pretty good battery bank. It's a 24 volt system, and I have the Monster. This thing's huge. It's a 4,000 watt inverter, 4,000 to 8,000. So it is massive. This thing is giving us so much power, I can't even believe it.
And you were just out here hanging out with Clarence, our new 1943 tractor. This is the 600-foot bridge, and here we go. because that's what makes it not sway.
Charlie meet Thorn. Thorn meet Charlie. Good boys.
So today we are going to do the Weemup Canyon Provincial Park Trail. It's a short trail, but I guess it's pretty gorgeous, so I guess we'll find out.
Just gonna go to the Indian Head.
I don't think we can get to the Indian Head. We're doing controlled free range with our meat birds now, just letting them out in this netting. They seem to be enjoying it a lot. We just had so much rain and it got so mucky and dirty in there. They were getting all dirty and it was getting quite odorous. They go through water quite a bit. And anyways, this is a nice alternative for them. Rod and I both have been dealing with some tooth pain. I had some tooth pain before I even came up here, and I just put it off and put it off. And then Rod ended up getting a couple teeth that were infected, and we've just been kind of dealing with that and trying to get in and working and all of that stuff. So, but we've had some exciting stuff happening. We want to welcome our new baby grandson, Samuel Logan. Also had a friend from back home come and stop in. She just happened to be up here with her husband and they were camping. So that was exciting to finally see a familiar face up here. Oh, it's been super hot. We've tried to figure out a few things that help keep our animals cold, just because we are used to now a little bit cooler temperatures. So when it gets hot here, it gets really hot, and we need to figure out ways of making our animals not so hot as well. So, and as well, we have had a little road trip. We took a little road trip. Actually, my friend that came visiting knows this other friend of mine who just happened to be up in Dryden visiting her sister and some family. And so we took a drive up to Erin Provincial Park and we visited for a few hours. We went for a hike, beautiful, beautiful hike. And then saw all the scenery coming back too. So our solar has been working amazing since we upgraded. We have not run out of power ever since we upgraded. Our gardens are also doing amazing. I've picked 3 zucchinis already, and we have squash starting in here. Our cabbages are getting crowded out by our potatoes, which I still need to hill, unfortunately, but that should help if I'm able to hill them up. We got some more squash happening here. So this side doesn't seem to be doing too wonderfully, but this side certainly is. Got lots of tomato plants. I planted these plants vertically, that's why they're not actually growing as high. These are my amazing zucchini plants I've already gotten the 3 off of. And I have other ones growing already. onions doing quite well, and leeks. Got some cucumbers growing here. And the lettuce is looking really good. A lot of these leaves I just pull off, the ones that the grasshoppers and stuff have gotten to. And I just throw them over there to the chickens. One of the issues we're having with our chickens here, our flock is a little bit too big for our rooster. And as you can see, his neck, he's being hand-pecked. Our chickens, oh, you can see it right there. That's what's happening. The chickens are pulling his feathers right off of him. And if I try to get them off of him, he actually gets quite angry with me and goes at this netting. So we had some wood delivered. We needed to make sure that we had firewood for the winter. So we had this delivered, we'll cut it up, and this should last us at least a couple years, if not 3. I know the previous owner had about this much and it lasted about 3 years. We got the last of it this past winter. So we'll at least have this, and we can work on the other stuff in the bush once the bugs get a little bit less in there. Good morning. 20-foot acres. So we have some sad news this morning. One of our chickens disappeared. We have a feeling a bird of prey got our chickens. I haven't had a chance to look and see yet. It was one of our black ones, our original black ones. I haven't been able to check and see which one it is. We just noticed yesterday, So, went on a hike. It's a hike from Red Rock to Nipigon with my friend Kamiko. This is the first time we've been on this trail, and this is the first lookout we got to, and it's just so breathtaking. That's the town of Red Rock and the marina. Just beautiful. We got caught in the rain! So we've had a unfortunate situation happen. Little back history. Right after Rod and I first got married, he started having a lot of health issues. And actually, I shouldn't say that. He's had a lot of health issues his whole entire life. I won't get into too much detail, but he was diagnosed with ulcerative colitis. And anyways, recently with his 2 infected teeth, he had to go on antibiotic. If you know anything about antibiotics, they not only kill the bad bacteria, but they kill the good bacteria. And for somebody who's already got gut issues or sensitivity or anything like that, it can be pretty dangerous. Yeah, so Rod's been under the weather. He's got a flare-up from the colitis, and it's pretty debilitating. If anybody knows anything about gut issues and about ulcerative colitis. So he's been fasting, and he's very weak and tired, and I've had to step up with everything and still go to work. So it was much welcomed to have some friends come over and help out. So thank you, Pete and Kamiko, for all of your help. I've noticed a growth on Charlie's chin under his left well, it's kind of more his jawline right in here. And we don't know what's happened. It kind of feels like it came up within a week or so. So I don't know. Maybe he got stung. Maybe he was chewing on a piece of wood and he's got a sliver in there. Maybe he has an abscessed tooth. Maybe he broke a tooth. Or maybe it's something much more complex. Yes, we do. Ow! Don't do that! Stop! No! Off! Well, you just saw what Thorn did to me. Bit me on my neck. And that's exactly what he did to Charlie. Yes, Thorn is the culprit of why Charlie had a growth on his neck. We were able to get him in to see a holistic vet, and she discovered that he had cuts which resembled to teeth marks. She was able to do a slide under a microscope and discovered it was a staph infection. And yes, I am killing mosquitoes as I'm trying to talk to you. It was a staph infection, and he is on a month worth of antibiotics, along with acidophilus to help with his guts. We don't need another situation like what Rod just went through. So anyways, yeah, he is hopefully on the mend. Yeah, there we go. Isn't that pretty? Oh, it's not about pretty. Oh, and then they get my hands. It's funny, these outfits even came with mitts. I guess I should use them. Oh boy. Like, I'm literally killing bugs on my hands as I'm walking. Oh, this is ridiculous. The mosquitoes seem to calm down a little bit. Oh, this sunset. Beautiful. Yeah, so Rod is on the mend, and yeah, anyways, I had cleaned the bedding because Mickey, one of our cats, had in protest decided she was going to mark her territory because we got a new puppy. So I had to clean all the bedding, and I thought, oh well, I should hang them out on the line. Yeah, anyways, so the other day after I hung them on the line, brought them in, Rod laid on the bed all day long with Charlie because he was so sick. And next thing you know, Rod's got these, like, it looks like, I don't know, like a crazy rash, but we have like sand flies or sand fleas, or some places they call them chiggers. Anyways, his legs are just, well, his whole entire body, but his legs are the worst. But he's got it all over his stomach, all over his legs. It's just, he had it all over his arms. And anyways, I had to rewash the bedding because can't sleep on that. And little update with Charlie. So yeah, he's still not out of the woods. We're still very, very hopeful. Rod is finally able to eat some, mostly just soup, and he started being able to eat some soup with Roo, with some vegetables and stuff in it. And Charlie has continued to eat, thankfully, but taking a long time to recuperate. Good morning from Tiny Foot Acres. Today is a new month, September 1st. I really didn't think we would still have these chickens. But we have found some people who are willing to help us out, to help us process some of these guys this weekend. So we're going to take the biggest ones, learn how to do it, and then we'll have to do the rest on our own. Morning hair, don't care. It's been a month, I tell ya. Rod's been sick pretty much this entire month. He's still struggling. And yeah, we're taking one day at a time. Needless to say, I'm sure you can see how tired I look on these videos, but such is life. Take on a new puppy and deal with whatever comes along with that. So Charlie is doing much better, but still got a couple weeks left of the antibiotic, and he's still super grumpy. The cyst on his neck has drained, and it drained quite a bit actually, but he's still got a bit of a fluid buildup there that still will probably need to drain, but that's mostly probably blood. Well, last night it went down to 1 degree, so I had to come out at 5:30 in the morning and cover everything up, hoping everything fared okay. I'm just removing the tarps now, so looks like I may have gotten to everything before it frosted. So, hallelujah. Praise God. Well, today's processing day. I'm just about to load them into the boxes and get them in the car and head over to their house. And hopefully this goes all right.
Step one, corral your chicken. You don't want, like, come in here early, letting them sit in that. It's a good thing because you don't want them to be stressed.
Yeah.
Right? So letting them just chill in that. Then next step, we'll take them to the
Plucker. Yep.
And do with their heads away and let them bleed out. Then once they're bleed out enough, they'll take them and put them in the hot water, done for about 15 seconds or so, and then plucker and spray with water so that lubricates things up and helps get rid of the feathers, and all the feathers go in the box. Then it's processing after that.
Rod and I actually just got back about an hour or so ago from processing 6 of our meat chickens, and it's the first time we've ever done that. So one of the reasons why Rod and I actually wanted to have more property and have the opportunity to grow our own food was because we could see what was going into our food. It just gives us more of appreciation for the work that goes into raising animals and the life of an animal, the life cycle, understanding the thankfulness and everything that goes into raising animals and having them be food. You can also control what goes into those animals, how they're raised, and when you go to a grocery store, and pick up just something off the shelf, it's not the same. It's truly not the same. And realizing that today, I didn't feel any kind of emotional attachment to the chickens, but just that gratitude, and the understanding that a life was taken for us to be able to maintain our lives with nutrition. I think that's important for everyone to get it, to know where their food comes from and the work that goes into it and what happens at the end of that life to sustain our well-being and nutrition. So that's just processing the processing. Yeah, physically it was fine. It's just the emotional and mental thoughts behind all of it. So with Rod's failed health, I had to take more responsibility, and he wasn't sleeping very well. And when you live in a tiny home of 250 square feet, if one's not sleeping well, the other one's not sleeping well. And I'm not a princess by any means, but I am one of those people that have to have a good night's sleep. When you don't have a good night's sleep for 6 to 7 weeks, your own health tends to go downhill. So I ended up in Emerge last Thursday, and ended up coming home and spending the entire weekend in bed, and then ended up in Emerge again yesterday and diagnosed with strep throat. If you can hear the change in my voice, that's probably why. It just got to the point where I couldn't even take in fluid, so I knew that something had to be going on. Anyways, because of all that, I haven't had a lot of intake, so I've been told to take it easy. My blood pressure's really low. It seemed like the doctor was more concerned about my blood pressure being so low than he was too much about strep throat. But anyways, I'm on antibiotics, and he gave me a steroid just to try and help get some fluid into me at least, which I've been able to thanks to a friend who had medicated cough drops, which allowed me to numb my throat enough that I could swallow and get some intake in. So today I had some solid food. It hasn't been a lot. I don't have much of an appetite, but I felt like I needed to do something. I didn't know when to work, so I'm starting to feel a little bit more energetic, and I just still gotta take it easy, and that's why I'm still in my pajamas. But talk of frost coming, so I was trying to cut some of my squash and get some of my harvest in before the frost comes, so there's one less thing that I have to do. But I don't have a lot of energy. Anyways, I'll get done when I can. Oh man. So I just noticed this black one here. She's got a very dirty bum. It's not looking, it's kind of looking all scuffy, and gonna have to get her washed up tonight, I think. And the plan before I got sick was also to process the rest of these guys with the help of Kimmy and Pete. Rod actually had some energy to help out with all of this. We were able to get this shelter logic up. This is going to be for our firewood. Last year we covered it in a tarp, and that was a bad idea. So we're going to put down some wood on the floor so that we can pile our wood. I don't know if we'll use pallets or what we'll use specifically, but something solid, and then pile our wood up here. Hopefully be able to maybe get the four-wheeler in here and a couple other things along with the wood if we can pile the wood high enough. Just because I don't have the energy and I don't have the time. We're going back home in a few weeks for the Feast of Tabernacles, and yeah, that's more important. So we'll do what we can. Hopefully our health comes around enough that we have enough energy to get this all done in 3 weeks and be ready to go. We're going whether we're ready or not. So anyways, I just found a pile of dog poop that I missed, so I'm gonna clean that up. Alright, so this is our girl that I bathed yesterday, and she's still not feeling very good, so I'm gonna have to bathe her again. So I was just bathing that black chicken again. I had her in the run and all the other chickens were out. And anyways, I looked over here and there was a lynx tapping away at this netting. But it's such a camouflaged. Like, it wasn't a very big one, but it was big enough. So we're expecting frost tonight. Today is September 21st, and as you can see, we still have a very lush garden, but I have to get off what I can because fall is pretty much here, and it looks like we've got lots of stuff to take off before the frost comes, and once the frost comes, it's just going to keep coming. So we're supposed to get frost tonight and tomorrow night, and then it's supposed to get nice for a few days, but then I'm just going to have to keep covering up and covering up and covering up, and we have about 3 weeks before we have to leave for the Feast of Tabernacles, so we need to start wrapping the garden up anyway. So here we go. We're going to harvest some stuff and see what we can get and see what I can cover up. I still have to pick my potatoes, but we'll get what we can get. Things have just been crazy here with Rod being sick, and then I ended up getting sick. I'm still fighting off something, and Rod's got a cold now too, so we'll just get what we can get. September 23rd, and we got our first freeze. It's pretty frosty. Everything's gonna be done for this season, I have a feeling. Well, this is our last 8. We just got them corralled up here. We got cone here. We'll dispatch all 8 of them. And then we're just waiting for the water to heat up here. And we've got the plucker inside of here now.
Yeah, where am I? How many washings are?
Well, everybody seems to be doing good. Here's there's our other black one. That's Jammers. And then this is Buffy, and she seems like she just ran after and caught a grasshopper. She's got some energy back and her bum looks cleaner. I don't know. I'm wondering if it was the feed. Just wasn't agreeing with her and she needed to. Good, she's moving along now. She looks a lot better. Build in a little deck for us. And hopefully a mudroom at some point. But this is a start. I am harvesting more stuff from the garden and trying to clean this up before we leave. We got the zoomies! I got the chicken zoomies! A bucket full of treasure!
Bucket full of treasures. And I think there's a treasure on some of the treasures.
Yum. Well, just wrapping things up before sunset on Tuesday here. I brought in as much wood as I could and I gotta go grab a whole bunch of water because at sunset it's the Day of Atonement and we fast from food and water, food and drink. So I got a little bit piled here. And I got a pile here that I need to stack. So I guess I should say that's a stack. And I got the majority of it in as best as I could. And it is what it is. We will pack after the sunset tomorrow and we leave early Thursday morning to go to the Feast of Tabernacles. I know it's dark, but we are on our way to the feast. First stopping in Aurelia. We're just actually backing out of the driveway and it feels very strange and weird.
Yeah, I mean, leaving here is a lot tougher than we thought it was going to be.
Yeah, we wanted to leave around 6 and it's closer to 7.
Yeah, I mean,
after 7.
We're still struggling through some health and everything else.
Yeah.
I think we did all right.
Yeah.
Travel is going to be about 12, 13, probably 13 hours or so, depending on how many we stop. And we do have Charlie in the back.
Yep.
He's all comfy, and I don't know if you can see him. There he is. He's all ready to go. All peed out and that.
So what is it that you view as the main issue or issues?
In 400 meters, turn right onto Trans-Canada Highway, Ontario 17 North.
Almost home. Good boy, Thorn. Heard our chickens just going crazy.
Go get it to land.
Good boy, Thorn. I just don't want him chasing it off our property. It's snowing. Good morning from Tiny Foot Acres. What a difference a day makes. Not as much snow. November 7th this morning. Next snowfall will most likely stay. Just going to put the chickens out. Oh, I can hear them clucking in there. Lauren's been hunting a lot more. I don't know if you can see him. We're not electrifying this anymore. We had the generator out here and the solar generator, and it iced up on us once we got that snow, so we'll have to keep a closer eye on these ladies. With no rooster and no electric fencing. Soon this netting will be wrapped up and they'll stay in the run for the winter until we can get this back out once the snow's gone. Here, Thorn! Come on, bud. Good boy. Come on. Wow, what a year it's been. You know, even just from the time we found out we were buying the property and, you know, the long drive here and the experience, the stress of everything. Who would have thought like a full year would be past by now, and everything that we've experienced. I'm gonna tear up a bit, I think. Just knowing what God's blessed us with here and the direction that He's taken us and the experience that we've had being off-grid has given us more appreciation, not only for life, but even just the simple things in life, you know?
Sometimes you just got to step out in faith. I mean, who would have knew that when we sold our house and moved into this schoolie, that fast forward we would be here and a year into it. We've noticed a lot of difference between last year and this year so far with the winter weather and that, so we're really looking forward to the next year and all the other really hard, simple life, but it's not easy. That is definitely something that we're learning day by day.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're very thankful for that. We're thankful for
all
what's
the
going to be coming up.
All the support from all our subscribers and friends and prayers and everything that you guys have been there for us for the past year.
You guys spur us on when we get your comments and just your likes and that, and we know by our subscribers that we're steadily rising, so that's really, really positive, and it's all because of you guys.
And honestly, I mean, we're learning as we go. We're not at no point have we said we're experts on any of this. We're newbies. We're definitely just figuring it out as we go along. You know, we both bring life experience, and that's pretty much it. So yeah, just thanks guys for everything. And you know, with that, I just want to say,
Life's too short.
take any adventure
that you can.
And I think I have a bug inside. That's the worst. They're supposed to stay out, and I think I have one inside. I know the true reason why I know the true reason why. Whoa, he's gonna go after you. Oh, now they're following you. Who's the alpha rooster now?
What's my name? What's my name? That's right.
So guys, I just want to remind you, life's just way too short.
Hey, take any adventure you
Take
can.
any adventure that you can.
It's not cold, I swear.
Ended up getting snowiest.
I think it was me. I got beard to catch it.
Come here. It's so cold.
That's right. Why did you say that? Okay.
Roddy, you too? Charlie, it's so cold outside.
How cold is it?
It's so cold. I saw the politicians putting their hands in their own pockets.
No. Wow. It was so cold out today.
How cold was it?
I burnt my piano and I only got 2 chords. I'm sorry.
Get up.
Oh, please.
I can look
Please,
at dark
Andy.
roast.
Ah.
And go.
Yeah, I can look at dark roast. I said 2 sugars.
You don't have to be so serious. Hey guys,
Hey.
so hey,